And good morning. You're flying the very unfriendly skies with Tironan, and today we have the Yak 15. It's been an aircraft that has been slowly growing on me. There's a number of things I don't like about the aircraft: the lack of altitude performance, the lack of speed, and the general lack of firepower. However, as time has gone on, I've become a little more used to it. And so, that being said, we'll proceed with it. I've got to grind this on to get to the MiG, or the Yak 19 and the Yak 30. So it's really not an option for me if I ever want to show you those aircraft. And we're going to go on and try to help with the air base here, the capture. Now, this is a voiceover of two battles. So bear with me here just a little bit. And we come on up here, and you notice we're already over altitude here. It's okay, the aircraft still performs pretty effectively here. We'll go ahead and take on this AM6. And you notice that firepower's okay. It's not anything to write home about, but then the last aircraft I flew was the J7W2, which was terrifying in its effectiveness. However, the 23 millimeters in here give you about 300 DPS. That's enough. It will get the job done, though not as quickly as one would want. And this aircraft really can operate from 0 to 6,500 feet pretty effectively. Now, for those of you who are on the metric system, or so it's supposed to be most of you, the feet to meters conversion is just divide by 3 and give you a rough approximation. Not an exact approximation. We're going to head down here into the bowl, and it's a good demonstration here of what happens. I've got a lot of boom and zoomers on top of me, and I see it on the radar. I'm going to excuse me there. And it's just one of the things you have to deal with. And you'll notice as soon as I do this, we have more aircraft coming in. I know it. We're going to turn around. We're going to deal with it. Here comes one. Here comes two. Keep switching angles. Deny them the good shots. Wait for them to make a mistake. Now, one of the things you have to get used to with this aircraft is always keeping an eye out for anything that indicates something coming up from behind you or diving on you. The boom and zoomers are going to want to play their games. You're going to have to stay on top of that. And it's just one of the things about this aircraft that you're going to have to acknowledge. Okay, this guy's almost toast. There we go. Voila. All right. Okay, we've taken the air base. Again, this is one where he's faster than I am. That's fine, but he got low and he got slow. And now he's mine. An I-220 or not, it's not going to save him. That went, there goes his engine, he's now mine. Alright, here we come again. He's coming in for his little attack. I-260. You can't catch him, but you cannot fly him when he decides to start making turns, such as this. Now he's mine. I didn't tell him to do that. He could have just flown away, got way out of my range to come back, which is what he should have done, but he didn't. And now we're operating in an area where I've got the advantage. Well within my altitude capabilities, These close walls mean the real fast turning burners have to watch what they do or they smack right into the walls. I don't. Now, shooting down GA with this thing is a pain because it does not have that much in the way of firepower. So you want to get high angles on them, you want to dive down on them, you want to stay out of the range of that rear gun, approach them from the sides as much as you can. And again, keeping an eye on that radar. I see this guy coming up within range and he's going to dive on me. Just the way he's posturing himself. But I was already set up for the shot. He wasn't. By the time he decided to start lining up, he was already getting hit, and that was the end of that. Now, these are the shots you really want, when you can come at him from the side. Take advantage of it. Now I'm in his gun range, and I'm already paying for it. And here's another ground attack aircraft. And here's a third.
Receiving reports about rapidly deteriorating weather conditions.
And you'd think I'd be getting all sorts of help down here, and we're not. Okay, we got that done. And here comes the help, by the way. Okay. Can't complain now. And what we're doing now is waiting for anything to come in range. And you have to wait for them to come in range, head in the general area, but you're not going to be chasing them down on this thing.
That's it. There's no way to break through you now. You're on your own.
Also helps to be able to shoot from all angles. If they're approaching at you at an angle, if they're coming at a side angle, if you're behind them, you need to be a good shot in all those. Now we're going to pay him back for killing our guy. And everybody that you kill is permanent. It's a qual line.
They've almost got us.
These guys are just desperate to take our last base from us. Well, actually, they're taking the last base from us, which is why we're losing so spectacularly. Yes, you may assume I've got dumb bots. We're holding our own, but we've got 3 GA down here with me and no help. Okay, so we've done all we really can here. And I've fought as hard as I know how to fight. And we are losing this battle because we don't have enough people taking the center. And we didn't support our team well enough. Now we got a good shot at taking the base back. But you'll notice we are way behind on points. To win, we either have to get superiority or kill all their aircraft, and I don't see that really happening now. Especially since I'm dead. Okay.
Turn back. The enemy force is too strong.
Alright, so we did fairly well here. Him in number 1 on the losing side, Conqueror, Paladin, Guardian, Atsuki, Metal. Generally unhappy to fight that hard and get that kind of result. See what we did here. Anyway, we killed two aircraft, or 12 aircraft, and assisted with a couple others. And I even got to get a token out of this, quite a bit of experience, quite a bit of silver, but you want a better outcome when you fight that hard. I mean, you do that good a job for them, especially in an aircraft that, you know, I'm not that proficient at. Good morning. We're flying Tironan's Unfriendly Skies today, and this is the second attempt at getting a good score out of this aircraft. I actually did quite fine in the last one. I actually got the Conqueror badge. And some channel announcements for you. We have launched a Patreon site so those of you that have an interest in supporting the channel can do so. I set the subscription rate for $1. You know, I'm just not somebody that is going to ask for a whole lot. It's just ridiculous. And please don't feel like you have to. You're under no obligation whatsoever. Those that do get their name mentioned on the channel page as my Patreon supporters. And I'll thank you for the consideration, and that's the last I will say about it. Okay, so let's move on here. The Yak-15. Well, it's a vexing aircraft. There's a reason why I haven't moved on to the Yak-19, is I don't play this a lot. And the reason is that I find the lack of height, the lack of speed, and the lack of gunpowder to be irritating. And that doesn't mean it can't be an effective aircraft. In my opinion, what it really needs is another 1,000 feet of altitude capability, another 50 mile an hour to its airspeed, and a third gun. But it's small list.
You are approaching the front line.
Okay.
Off we go.
But it is a furball fighter, and for that regard, you gotta like it. You can't outturn it, but it does suffer from boom and zoom-itis. When they find out you can chase them and kill them, they kind of lose interest over the course of the game and start being a lot more circumspect to where you are and what they're attempting to do. I think I just got almost rammed. And I'm going to have to let the heavy fighter take over from there. And we have all sorts of fighters down low. Just where you want them, by the way, with this aircraft. And we didn't attack with attack base because I don't know why. In this map, that's all you have going, it's really a good idea to get the military base, because attack bases will be taken down one by one by the rocket base, no matter what you do. And you can't defend against it, except by taking the rocket base. So you end up, kind of having to take it regardless. And the longer you have it, the better off that you are. Now, you cannot outspeed people in this aircraft, but you can outturn them. And I've got aircraft behind me here that just really you might want to slip it off. You do have to be ultra aware of the aircraft around you. And I guess the XF5, you decided that just wasn't worth it. Okay, so we're going to head back here and try to capture the military base. That's a good sign. And here's a 109 TL. Now, it's another aircraft I cannot outrace, but I can outfly. If he insists on turning corners, I will cut those corners. Oh, you thought that was going to work? I don't know. I've got target fixated too. I guess it's true of all of us.
Our military base is launching strikes on the enemy. This will make things easier for you. A large
Now this thing is really fine in the area that it excels at. And the more he wants to turn, the longer he's going to stay in my reach. Now it's too late. This guy's got one heck of a tough gun back there. These 23 millimeters are pretty flat shooting. And in that regard, they just really needs a third one. Okay. Let's see how we're doing here.
air supremacy achieved.
That's it, we've got superiority.
Way to go. Victory is close.
I really don't have to do anything. I'll head in that general direction, but this will be over before it's ever done. Okay.
Great job today. We'll be waiting for you back home.
Came in second and on the winning side. That's all that really matters.
I'm getting in the shower.
Okay, so now we are set with 7 aircraft destroyed, 3 assists. I think we helped establish dominance over the military base, rocket launching base, whatever you want to call it. I believe it's military base. And we've just finished the Caution and Determination daily mission. Gives me more points. Specialist configuration, we made some progress to that. We got 8,120 experience and 406 free experience and almost 100,000 silver. And team score, I came in, I was robbed. Actually came in as second, even though I outscored everybody else by at least 2,000 points, but that's okay. I'm a big guy, I can take it. All right. Played in its correct environment and you've got some cover topside, you can do very well with this. Actually did better in the first game that I lost in, where I killed 12 aircraft. Where you want this aircraft at is in the bottom of bowls, where people have to go in and then they have to start turning and looking out for canyon walls, and if they're trying to slow down to hit targets, this thing excels at that. Okay, because it's slow to begin with. Its turning is all get out. You can do loop-the-loops around ground attack aircraft to get the best advantage out of them. Very fast aircraft that come down low are going to get exactly what they deserve from this aircraft, which means they get shot down. It's a situational fighter. All right, if you get into an alpine map and you insist on flying at 6,000-7,000 feet, you'll quickly get introduced to every boom and zoom in the world. When you're flying low and they're having to watch what they're doing, it's another thing entirely. And its real strength is here. You have an 8-second 360. All right, you can outfly Spitfires in this thing. Altitude performance is not even 4,000 feet, but means you can fly at about 6,000-7,000 feet okay, but it's not very fast. And your airspeed is where it shows up, 275. So, the good with the bad here. I've had very successful games in there. I've had games that's made me resent that I wasn't in, the faster aircraft. But it's usually where I'm choosing to fight at, not the other way around. If you get into a furball and over an airfield, boy, you're going to feel at home. And so enjoy it for what it is and know how to use it. It would be the biggest thing. The 23 millimeters are very flat shooting. You don't have to pull much lead to get a good effect out of them. They're not tremendously damaging. 340, like I said, it really needs a third gun. But other than that, this is a very useful aircraft. Listen, I very much wanted to thank you and to do all that I can to support you. If you need anything, need advice, need on aircraft or something you want to see me fly, let me know. And I thank you for watching. Please tune in tomorrow. I'll be back with another video. See you soon.